TheAdvocateChannel.com looks at the world through the lens of equality and inclusion. Subscribe, like, and share now. AC 24/7's top story countdown continues with our producer's pick for number 3.
I was just looking at the clock, actually. My kids are napping right now, which is awesome.
These days, Caroline Wozniacki is playing doubles off the court. After retiring 3 years ago and having 2 children, she's back in tennis's spotlight.
After being a mom and being a role model for my kids and, for them to be able to see me play, I'm very excited about that.
The former world number 1 is one of 10 women in this year's U.S. Open singles draw who are mothers, disproving the notion that women must choose between sport and starting a family.
A mother is torn in a lot of different directions. When she's competing at such a high level, it's got to be difficult.
Fresh off a semi-final finish at Wimbledon, 28-year-old Elina Svitolina's game is seemingly stronger in her return from maternity leave.
I think it's good that they're doing it because it's also showing some of these younger players, like in their early 20s, that, if I want to have kids, maybe I could have a child like a Svitolina and come back and actually have a successful career afterwards.
Two-time Grand Slam champion Victoria Azarenka, who returned to the game after the birth of her son Leo, has been vocal about the fact that she wants the sport to stay in the foreground when it comes to progressive and inclusive attitudes towards working moms in the sport. And a change made by the Women's Tennis Association back in 2019 now allows women to freeze their player rankings for up to 3 years so they aren't penalized in tournament seeding for taking pregnancy leave. While more than 20 active players on the WTA Tour are successfully balancing motherhood with being a pro athlete, the sport's most coveted prize, a Grand Slam singles title, remains elusive for women who have given birth. It's been well over a decade since Kim Clijsters won 3 such titles after the birth of her daughter Jada.
I hope that I can inspire a lot of other women who are willing or hoping to do the same thing, but maybe don't know the way to start. It's a great feeling to have, knowing that you can combine both and still play the sport that I love, but then also being a mother at the same time.
This year's U.S. Open is full circle for Wozniacki, who lost to Clijsters in that 2009 U.S. Open final. Now she will try to make a run with her family in tow.
It's important that my kids believe that they can do whatever they put their minds to. If they work hard enough, the sky's the limit. There's really nothing that they can't do.
Like the Advocate channel on Facebook for the best way to get updates on stories that advocate for equality, justice, our rights, and more. AC 24/7 continues with today's top 2 pick.
Education needs to be about teaching people things that matter, not trying to indoctrinate them.
Florida Governor Ron DeSantis turned his words into action at New College of Florida. Now, the school is in chaos and professors are leaving just as the fall semester gets underway.
Now, you've said teacher unions are evil.
Earlier this year, DeSantis installed a conservative majority on the Board of Trustees that led to the appointment of a new president. The board quickly banned the Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Office and set its sights on gender studies, which one board member called, quote, more of an ideological movement than academic discipline. The board's work to dismantle gender studies proved too much for Professor Nicholas Clarkson, who quit last week. In his resignation letter, Clarkson described Florida as, quote, the state where learning goes to die.
What I'm saying there is really about the ways that the students were so excited and curious and intellectually engaged before this chaos began. When you start banning terms and banning fields of study and arguing that the state has a right to tell faculty what they can and can't say in the classroom, that really hampers the learning environment.
DeSantis appointed board member Christopher Rufo posted a headline about Clarkson's resignation on X, formerly known as Twitter, calling it, quote, good news. In a news release, DeSantis praised the moves at New College, saying the board is, quote, succeeding in its mission to eliminate indoctrination and refocus higher education on its classical mission. But New College trustee Dr. Amy Reed says the shortage of professors and limited class selection is becoming untenable.
About 40% of our faculty have left, and actually just before I came to this meeting, I received word that one more faculty member in biology is leaving. that's going to make it a challenge for students to complete their areas of study here.
Chai Leffler is one of those students. We first met him back in February when sweeping changes at the school led to protests. These days, Leffler is not sure if he's even going to graduate.
There's no urban studies faculty here this semester to actually teach me any classes, and I do have required classes left to take, but a lot of the professors are gone, so I can't do that.
New College says its faculty recruitment efforts are ongoing and more classes could be offered. A spokesperson points to an increase in fall enrollment as a sign the school is appealing to more students.
Follow the Advocate channel on Twitter and Instagram to stay updated on stories that matter every day. Here's our #1 story of the day. Take a look.
This is what it's like in downtown New Orleans right now.
It's hard to estimate how much water that is.
In August 2005, Hurricane Katrina barreled into the Louisiana coast. The storm was a powerful Category 3 hurricane when it made landfall with winds near 127 miles per hour. But what made Katrina so deadly wasn't so much the wind as the water.
I tried swimming to higher ground, but there was no higher ground.
According to the National Hurricane Center, storm surge flooding measured 10 to 28 feet above normal tide levels. The storm surge that poured into Lake Pontchartrain breached the levee system, flooding most of New Orleans. Catastrophic flooding spread for miles inland, destroying residential neighborhoods.
It came in so fast. It was from 1 inch to about 10 feet in a matter of 10 minutes.
Nearly 1,400 people perished during the hurricane and the floods that followed, most of them drowned. Katrina is a prime example of how deadly a storm surge can be. In 2008, Hurricane Ike made landfall as it swept over Galveston Island on the Texas coast. It was a Category 2 storm with maximum sustained winds of 110 miles per hour. Much of the area saw devastating storm surges of 15 to 20 feet above normal tide levels.
The ocean came through the house. It literally came through the house. There's sludge and snakes and you name it.
Years earlier, in 1995, Hurricane Opal made landfall near Pensacola Beach, Florida, as a Category 3 storm. Again, the story was the storm surge.
Totally gone. We didn't do anything but lock the door on our way out.
With Opal, the storm surge spanned about 120 miles from Pensacola Beach to Mexico Beach. That surge, combined with breaking waves, soaked portions of the Florida Panhandle's coast with water as deep as 10 to 20 feet. The maximum storm tide, which combined storm surge and regular astronomical tides, was 24 feet, recorded near Fort Walton Beach. Hurricane Hugo made landfall as a Category 4 storm in September 1989, just north of Charleston, South Carolina. Records show sustained winds reaching 120 miles per hour in some areas. And the storm surge? It soaked the South Carolina coast, with maximum storm tides of 20 feet observed in some areas.
The wind is picking up so dramatically.
There was no water, and then the eye hit. And when the eye hit, it was just like filling up a bathtub. There was no wave, there was no nothing. It just like in about 10 minutes.
Decades ago, in 1969, it was Camille, a Category 5 hurricane that made landfall along the Mississippi coast. The winds were so fierce, they destroyed all the wind recording instruments in the area.
What now? I don't know, start over again. I got the clothes I got on and $22 in my pocket.
The winds at the coast were estimated to be about 200 miles per hour. And with those winds came water, lots of it. A storm tide of 24.6 feet occurred at Pass Christian, Mississippi, according to officials.
Thanks for watching the Advocate Channel's top stories. We're on Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, and YouTube. Follow, like, and share, or check out advocatechannel.com for even more stories that advocate for you.